Yes. People, what's going on? Ziga Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Do me a favor. Please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. If you haven't already done so. Arsenal dropped points. 2 points dropped. Not 1 point gained today versus Brighton. We were actually the away team. I don't know why I have us as the home team. We were the away team today. But regardless, the same score line, 1-1. And I was loving life at first half. First half, I was loving life. We're 1-0 up. It looked like they couldn't break us down. They couldn't do nothing. They weren't even getting a sniff on our goal, really and truly. I mean, there was a couple half chances they could have done better on, but overall, I felt like we had the better of them in that first half. And Ethan Nwaneri taking his chance the way that he did, I was loving life. I was beside myself, enjoying everything about it. But boy, that second half, I'm not gonna lie, it was a poor second half. We can't hide that fact. Very poor second half. Overall, very poor performance in the second half. But boys and girls, they were never, ever, ever, ever breaking us down in that second half. They were nowhere near getting a goal in that second half. To me, the referee handed them that point on a platter. The referee handed them that point on a platter. And it was all on that stupid decision that happened at the end of the game. I've not seen a situation where a player has been given a penalty for an accidental clashing of the heads. Really and truly, you guys are going to sit here and tell me you've seen a situation where players have had a clashing of the heads in the box and it's been giving us a penalty. More times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, they say, you know what? They stop the game for a couple seconds, they let them get ready, and they play on. I don't see this ever being given as a penalty. On top of that, I've seen worse challenges than this not be given as a penalty. I've seen worse than this not be given as a penalty. I've seen situations where players have kicked other players in the chest and it's not been given as a penalty. But they're out here saying, oh, because Saliba was late or something like that. What? Get the fuck out of here.
No, but Ego.
I'm sorry, bro. You can say your point after. I'm just saying, in what world do we live in where they're saying, oh, this was fair game, he kicked the man in the chest, but in the other one, they're saying, oh, he headbutted him. And the ball is literally right there. You can see that the ball is right there. It's ridiculous.
But it's a late challenge though. And here's the thing. Let me explain. To me, it was a clear foul, and I'll tell you why. A late challenge is a late challenge. Simple as the rule says if you commit a foul, that means that even if, let's say, like a goalkeeper commits a foul, let's say he picks up the ball, puts it down, and then goes back and picks it up again and kicks it, that's a foul. That's a penalty. Like a foul is a foul in the box. Simple. Saliba went for a header. Joao Pedro went for a header. Joao Pedro got the ball first. Saliba got there later. It was a late challenge. I understand that it was a soft challenge that you could have overlooked. But by the letter of the law, a foul in the box is a penalty. If that had happened to me in their box, I want my penalty. So that was clear. The only issue the only issue I have with today's game is Mikel Arteta set us up to go and win that game 1-0. That was how he set us up. If you look at the right back, Thomas Partey, very defensive. Our midfield was very defensive. It was a Mourinho, Rice, and Jorginho midfield. That makes it a very defensive type of midfield. Up front, Ethan did what he had to do today, showcased himself, got his goal, got us up, and we literally wanted to ride that 1-0 to the end. We didn't bank on personal mistakes like what happened with Saliba. This is where you don't just bank on a 1-0. You literally have to try and kill the game 2-0 in case you make mistakes and they score a goal like this. This is what I blame the team for today. Outside that, I think first half we played very well. I think we dominated the first half.
First of all, Bukayo Saka is injured. Kai Havertz is ill. That's 2 attackers out of the team already. Also, Martinelli being rotated for Trossard, not that big of an issue for me. What would you have done differently? Would you have started?
No. This was a good set. You don't get it. I like the way he set us up. He set us up to go win that game for one. I'm saying he should have set us up and told the guys try and get 2, and then you can breathe. So after the 1-0, we just basically were just controlling the game. Brighton had the ball. They couldn't do a lot with it. Brighton had the ball. They couldn't do a lot with it. And we wanted to ride out that 1-0 easily. That's what Arsenal wanted to do. and we're hoping that if we got another chance, we'll take it. But we didn't bank on mistakes, and the mistakes happen in football. And sometimes some of your best players make those mistakes. Saliba has been literally flawless this season for us in defense. When I mean flawless, he's been one of our better defenders.
Bro, before they got the penalty given, I swear to you, did we not have like 3-4 chances in a row?
We didn't take them. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying whenever we had our chances, we should have taken them so that when we make mistakes like this.
Why are you ignoring the fact that besides the penalty, Brighton really did not have anything going for them this game offensively?
No, but I said that, Miguel. I said Brighton did not do anything with the ball when they had the chance.
So if they are not given this penalty, we go on to win this game.
That's what I said.
It's safe to say Anthony Taylor handed them the point today.
No. But that was a foul. Anthony Taylor would not have blown his whistle if a foul did not happen in the box. Whether or not you like what the foul is a foul. If that had happened, let me ask you a question. If that happened to Gabriel Jesus, I
have seen Gabriel Jesus get punched in the head by Sanchez.
Egal.
Did you not see Gabriel Jesus get punched in the head by Sanchez?
I don't. You know one thing I don't like to do. I don't like to compare other games and what they did there with what happened today. If Gabriel Jesus had been headbutted today in the Brighton box, you would be screaming penalty right now.
No. But okay.
Yes or no? If it was a late challenge, would you want the penalty? Let me ask you that. Okay, would you want that penalty? If Gabriel Jesus flicked the ball, headed the ball, and then their defender late challenge, not intentional, heads Gabriel Jesus in the head in the box, would you have wanted that penalty for Arsenal? Would you want the referee to give it? Yes, you would. So it's clear that this was a pen. I'm not going to sit here. My thing is, again, we had chances before the pen, and we should have taken those chances. We just basically wanted to ride out a 1-0 victory against a Brighton side that could.
All I gotta say is, Deo, have you ever seen a player get given a a penalty for an accidental head-to-head challenge in the box when they're going for the ball? Have you forget about what you think? Have you ever seen this be given as a penalty before?
The reason it's a foul again, Igal, is this. This was not a 50-50. Joao Pedro got the ball first before Saliba got to him. So that's why it's not a 50-50. Is they both are close to the ball, like literally close to the ball, and then there's a head clash and nobody touches the ball, or there's a head clash and then the ball ping-pongs off Joao Pedro's head and Saliba. Joao Pedro had flicked the ball and headed the ball away to run after the ball before
the ball literally hit the top of Saliba's head.
That was after Joao Pedro flicked it.
1 second. The ball literally hit the top. It rolled off the top of Saliba's head.
That was after Joao Pedro had headed the ball up and down.
1 second. They both made contact towards each other. It wasn't just Saliba going. Bro, Pedro was not stationary. Pedro was also going for the header.
But that's what I'm saying. Igal.
Going for the header.
This is why I don't think they're good going for the ball.
Trying to justify this that it was just Saliba is wrong.
I'm not justifying that Saliba. Listen, hear what I'm saying. Hear me out. You're missing my point totally. I'm not saying it's like Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro knew what he was doing. If he kept that ball on the floor, right? If he had just trapped that ball and tried to pass it on the ground, Saliba would never have tackled him. Saliba would just hold his position so that he doesn't get space to pass. Joao Pedro flicked it up, knowing fully well that two people are going to go for the header, but he got there first. Here's the thing. Joao Pedro got head-butted on the side of the head. Saliba headed with the forehead. Go look at it again. It was a forehead to the side of the head, which means Joao Pedro was facing the opposite direction.
It's a disgraceful decision.
I don't think so.
Just because it hasn't been given before doesn't mean it's a penalty. I hear you. But the thing I have an issue with is I've seen hundreds of players clash in the box for going for a header, and not once have I seen it be given. But this is the time that it's given. This is very fucking convenient.
The clash is different from when the player has already
not give a penalty for two players trying to go for a header. That is categorically wrong.
You're convenient.
It's a very controversial decision.
No. You're conveniently forgetting that the process by which a foul is.
I've never seen a penalty for head clashes in my life.
That was not a head clash. Two people did not come like this. One person's forehead hit somebody on the side of the face. That is not
Bro,
a head pass.
that player tried to do a flick on.
But he headed the ball first before Saliba hit him. He flicked, he headed the ball, then he got hit by Saliba's head. That is not a 50-50, Gal. There's no way in the world that is a 50-50.
He moved into Saliba's head. Saliba was
He did not move in Saliba's head. He had headed the ball away. Igal, how is it somebody head butted on the side of the face and you're saying they moved their head to Saliba's head? And Saliba is the one that headed with his forehead. This is, look, if that had happened to my player, I want my penalty. If Gabriel Jesus was head butted like that in the Brighton box, would you want the penalty or not?
You know what? Fuck it. We're breaking it down today. Let's go to this. This is pretty much what the whole video is about, right? So let's break it down. So you see right there, Joao Pedro flicks it up, right?
Yeah.
One second. He flicks it up, right? The ball's there now. Right?
The ball's there. Watch this.
Okay.
Just keep going.
So the ball's there, right? You tell me.
Joao Pedro heads the ball. Look at Joao Pedro heads the ball.
Saliba is going for the header.
Okay, look.
One second.
Who gets the ball?
Saliba is now going
for the header. Who got the ball first? Let's continue. Joao Pedro heads the ball. See that? Joao Pedro literally heads the ball. And Saliba, that's why I said Joao Pedro is already gotten to the ball.
Joao Pedro gets to the ball first. Fair enough.
That's right.
Getting to the ball first. 1 second. Getting to the ball first does not dictate that this is still not a 50-50.
It's not a 50-50 anymore because I've gotten to the ball first. If we're both like, this is the point where carry on.
Now look at this. You tell me, is Joao Pedro stationary or does he not move towards Saliba?
He's headed the ball. He's not moving. Saliba is coming forward. Look who's heading.
Wait. So Joao Pedro is not moving towards Saliba.
Joao Pedro has already flicked the ball. And I'm saying,
Joao Pedro is not moving towards Saliba. Is he not moving towards Saliba?
Hear me out. Saliba headbutts front head to the side of the face. Are you saying that Joao Pedro moves to like a player is running sideways? No, the guy headed the ball forward like this.
Okay, let's get to super chats before we move on. Let's get to
it. Like it's
I don't want to hear no excuses. What do you mean no excuses? This was the biggest moment of the game. It was a very controversial decision. You have to speak about it. Joao Pedro's penalty was literally the deciding factor of the game. It was literally the moment that changed the game. So if we're going to sit here and we're going to spend the first 12 minutes talking about it, there's a goddamn reason. The Joao Pedro penalty was literally the thing that changed the game. Ethan Nwaneri scoring his goal is now an afterthought. Joao Pedro's controversial penalty decision is what changed the game and is what made the game.
It's not controversial to me, honestly speaking.
It's very controversial.
Because
if it happened,
let me ask you a question. Again, I want you to give me a yes or no answer. If that roles were reversed, if that was Gabriel Jesus and that was Estepiniol, and Estepiniol is Saliba in this case, in their own box 18, and the referee did not give a penalty, what would you say? The referee says, oh, that's not a pen. What would you say? What would you be saying right now? You'd say, oh, they robbed us. They didn't give us our penalty. Because you know for a fact that if the rules were, this is how I look at it. I reverse the rules and ask myself, is that a foul? Yes, it is. If this was on me, do I want my penalty? Yes. If that was on me, I want my penalty. That's a pen all day.
I've seen tens of thousands of penalties in my life.
I don't care about.
I have seen thousands of penalties in my life. I've never seen that penalty before.
Miguel, I don't care about the penalty as much as I care about the fact that we didn't finish our dinner on time. That's what hurts me more. I'm done with this. Let's just write it out 1-0. I understand.
Why is it Arsenal that's always getting these controversial decisions?
Because we're making individual mistakes that we should not make, like what Saliba made today. That was an individual error, not intentional.
Am I not mistaken? Didn't Anthony Gordon in the box get his face
again?
Didn't he get a slice gash on his face earlier today?
Again, this is why fine margins are the issue here. You know we don't have some of our best players, right? You need to let the players know. You have to keep a cool, calm head. You know that the least thing that you want to do is make an individual error that can lead to a goal. You don't want to give away flimsy chances. You don't want to give away flimsy free kicks. You're better off booting the ball off the pitch and giving them a throw-in if you don't get a chance. This is what I will be telling my players.
Let's get to super chats, bro. We're spending way too much time on this topic. I don't want to hear about excuses. Arteta out. This is not on Arteta. People are saying Arteta out because the referee gave a penalty decision to Joao Pedro. What are we doing here? Do you think this game is on Arteta?
No, it's not. I think here this game was on one individual mistake. What Arteta did today was set up in such a way that he just wanted to win the game 1-0, knowing fully well he didn't have some of his better players on the pitch. Saka is out for the season, literally, as far as I'm concerned. Havertz is not is not feeling well. We're playing a defensive midfield, and we're playing a 17-year-old on the right who I think is very talented. I think he went in there and said, look, we're not going to lose this game. We're going to try and do something from a set piece. We're going to get 1-0 and we're going to lock up shop. That's why we played defensively like that. Sadly, one individual mistake, toppled that entire thing on its head. So yeah, it's not on ARTETA. You set up with the players that you have the best way that you can to be able to win a game. Brighton was not going to score if they didn't get a penalty. If we didn't give them a penalty, Brighton was not going to score in that game. Like they tried, but they weren't.
I can't believe people are saying Arteta out because Anthony Taylor gave.
Look, see, people not saying Arteta out to keep saying Arteta out, regardless of what it is. If we had won 5-0, I don't care.
Stop blaming the referee. Arsenal are not able to score for 35 minutes after the penalty, regardless if it's a penalty or not. Arteta ain't good enough. What?
It's not about Arteta not being good enough. The players did not put in enough. Odegaard came in and didn't change the game. Like, here's the thing. Everybody says Arteta is not good enough. But then you talk about, Odegaard is good as our captain. But he comes in and what do you think Arteta told the players to do when they come in? Make sure you don't score. Like, that's not what he's saying. Like, it's just a narrative. And it's sad because our fan base are so reactionary and that any little thing they just want to, Arteta's fault. I'm like, dude.
Even he agrees it's not a penalty. Even he agrees it's not a penalty, but he's blaming Arteta.
It's not. Yeah, this is an Arteta hater. No more. They're going to keep saying Arteta out, regardless of what happens. If Arteta wins 5 different trophies in a year, if it's possible, they'll still say Arteta out. These ones are not serious. I don't take them seriously. I don't speak like. Number one, Arteta is not going anywhere if the Conkeys don't get rid of him. There's nothing you want to do as a fan base. They've signed him on a contract that is large, and they're not going to be willing to pay out and just let him go. So all the noise that people are making is nonsense. If you're saying it's a 50-50, after watching that video, you're being disingenuous to yourself and you're lying to yourself as a fan, as somebody who supports the club. You know fully well that Joao Pedro got that ball first. And if that had happened to my player, I want my penalty. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, because it's Arsenal, I'm going to say the referee didn't know. The referee had a fair game today. His calls were fair to me throughout the entire game. That penalty was a penalty. Saliba was late. Saliba should have pulled back after Joao Pedro headed that ball and at least covered that space instead of going for the header. Pull back and cover the space. That's what you do. And if you go back and watch that video, he had the chance to step forward in front of Joao Pedro just to cover the space and obstruct him and let him just shoot the ball out or something. Or let him take a shot. Your goalkeeper is also on alert. Raya might save it. Like, all this idea that it's not Saliba's fault, it's his fault. That individual mistake in that minute is his fault. Simple. That's not Arteta's fault. So yeah, I can't take people that just Arteta out is Arteta's fault. Arteta is not going to get on the pitch and kick the ball. Or did Arteta tell Saliba to headbutt the player?
What about this? Always excuses with Arsenal, zero creativity. If Liverpool win tomorrow, you're closer to City than you are closer to Liverpool. They have a game in hand. It's over, lads. Is the title race done?
Always excuses with Arsenal, zero creativity. Yeah, I mean, look, every team is not going to always be creative.
We're still undefeated. It's not like
and again, this again, I'm going to say this: we're literally at the same number of points we were last season after 20 games. Last season at this time we had the exact same number of points on the board, right? So people who are saying that Arsenal have regressed, you might not like what you see optically. It might not look good to you, but the numbers are the same. That's number one. Number two, at this same time last season, game week 20. Yes, I understand Liverpool have 2 games in hand. Liverpool were 5 points ahead of Arsenal at this same time last season.
Is the title race less likely?
It's less likely and harder now, but it's not impossible. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never understood how in January it says, it's totally done, it's impossible. I've seen seasons where we were 10 points behind who was on top of the table by January, first week in January, and by May we won the league that year. So when people say, it's just going to be way, way harder. What we've done to ourselves now is we've said we have to do a madness like we did last season. We have to be near perfect and win every game from now to the end of the season, regardless of what happens, which is crazy. Which means we also have to beat Liverpool at Anfield. This is where that's the position we've put ourselves. We need to have put ourselves in a position where the Anfield game would not be the determining factor. If we lose at Anfield, then the season is over for me. But right now, it's harder and impossible, but it's not, It's not. It's. I mean, sorry, it's not impossible, but it's probably not going to happen at this rate if we keep playing this way.
You know what? Let's just do the player ratings and let's just get out of here because there's not too much to really talk about. The main decisions were Ethan, Ethan and friggin'. We're gonna talk about all the players in a second. So do me a favor, guys. Please do hit that like button. What do you think about the goalkeeper? Did he do anything wrong? Could he have done anything?
Raya. There's nothing else Raya could have done, man. I mean, the pen's a pen. I think even if he went in the right direction, that was a well-taken penalty. Raya gets a 7 for me today.
Yeah, he put it in the corner. You can't really do much. It's unfortunate, but you give the goalkeeper you give the goalkeeper a pass today. It's just fucking hell, mate. The refereeing decisions really grinds gears.
That referee did nothing wrong today. Honestly, I'm not going to sit here and do that. There was nothing that the referee called.
I don't deem that as enough contact to be given a red be given a penalty.
If you're going to blow a foul in the box, then the penalty has to be given by the letter of the law.
Never seen a head clash be a penalty before.
That's not a head clash though. That was a headbutt. There's a big difference between a head clash and a headbutt. A head clash is both.
Okay. What about Partey right back? I don't like Partey right back, but he did
his job. He did his job today. I give Partey his 7, man. He did his job today. You know, he held Adingra off very well. I think maybe Adingra was able to pass him one time. And even when Mitoma came in, he did his job very well. So
the difference between Partey and Jorginho in the middle, we've seen that on the counters. Jorginho was non-existent at times. The back line, Saliba gave away the penalty. I have to give him a lower rating because of the stupidity that Anthony Taylor gave. Or you know what? Fuck it.
If you're blaming, here's the thing, you can't give Saliba.
No, but Anthony Taylor gave a penalty.
You can't.
In a dumb situation. I can't blame Saliba. I'm just gonna give the back line all 7s.
Exactly. See, this. I will blame Saliba. I will give Saliba a 5 because of the fact that he could have covered instead of going for the header.
It's not Saliba's fault.
It is his fault.
The referee's an idiot.
It was Saliba's fault. It was Saliba's fault. He needs to do better than that. Like you can't.
What about Gabriel? What could Gabriel have done better today?
Gabriel, there's nothing Gabriel could have done better in that position. Saliba was the closest to the player and closest to the ball. Gabriel is not going to touch that player from behind. That's going to even be worse. You know.
So the rest of the players all get 7s. Declan Rice, what do you think of his performance?
I think he did well today. I'll give him a 6.5. I think we were an average team today that just went there to win 1-2.
I'll give him a 6. Average performance. Jorginho, worst player on the pitch, gets a 5. He played a good pass. He played a good pass for Ethan.
I'll just say this: I give everybody except Ethan a 7. Right? Everybody else gets a 6.
What did Jorginho get?
Jorginho gets a 6 for me because here's why this is why I score players this way.
Jorginho was dribbled past, walked past.
It does
3 seconds.
We both just sat here and said if they didn't get a penalty, they were not going to score. So how can I score that player a 5? Like the only reason
why he came off. Because he was not good enough for majority.
No, the only reason Jorginho came off is because we're now chasing the game. We were drawn, and ARTETA wanted to win, so he brought in Odegaard to be a creator now to try and score another goal. He would not have done that if we were 1-0 up. He would have played out that game with Jorginho.
Fair enough. I didn't think Jorginho was good enough though, but
Jorginho didn't cause anything that cost us any major issues that any other player did.
Was it Moreno who played the pass for Ethan?
It was Mikel Merino, that played the pass for Ethan.
Why did I say it was Jorginho? My bad, people. Mikel Merino played a pass. You know, people have been saying Mikel Merino is not creative, so good on him to set up the opening goal. Good on him. Jesus, he could have scored. You know, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he could have scored.
But I him out. You could have scored the second from there. Trossard, I think Trossard just wanted to shoot every time he got the ball. He wanted to take the glory today.
Trossard. Not really take the goal, but that's what you do, man. Like if you get a chance to shoot. You don't always have to pass it into the box and roll it into the net. If you get a chance and you see that you can, and he's one of our more technical players that can shoot.
I'm gonna give Ethan 7.5. Jesus gets a 6.5. Trossard gets a 6.5. Mikel Moreno gets a 7. Declan Rice gets a 7. Jorginho gets a 5. That's gonna be
Jorginho can't get a 5. I think that's just been. What you're looking for who to scapegoat now on the team. We have to scapegoat somebody. That's not true. Like we don't always.
Maybe I'm just being harsh. And
I think you're being harsh.
6 at best. 6 at best.
Yeah, I think you're being harsh for no reason because you 6.5. Because if you ask Mikel Arteta, the way he set up this team, look at the midfield, very defensive. He did his job. He did his job today. The guy did his job. He's not the one who caused the penalty. And now that we're tied, we have to chase the game and try and win it because we know we need every point. So we remove him and put in Odegaard. So at that point, it's not, that's not on Jorginho.
Man saying send Cam the link. Bro, Cam's not asking for the link.
Who's Cam?
Cam, Canadian, my brother here, who submitted the super chat. Bro, this guy's talking some. You know what? I'm gonna have to send you a link, but we'll talk another time, hopefully. Bro, every time I invite him on the show, he's always busy.
Oh, this is the guy who said I'm chatting shit. Yeah, send him the link. Let him come and say it to my face.
What is it? What do they want? Do we really want war right now? We're supposed to be united. Like, what are we doing? Anyways, I sent you the link on WhatsApp, bro. If you want to join, you can join. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? So we spoke about Ethan. We spoke about the fact that we dropped points in the title race and everything. We spoke about the players.
Even Ethan's sub, I think, made a lot of sense as well. And I'll tell you why. After his first goal, Estepinian literally had him on lockdown. He ran into a brick wall every time he tried to cut in, cut out, go on the outside, come on the inside. And that shows you the experience of a defender against the talent of a 17-year-old that we know is a talent. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's going to need to develop that experience. So subbing him for Martinelli and saying, okay, well, 2 experienced players, Martinelli, you go figure it out with this guy. You've played more than Ethan has. You go out there and try and make something happen.
I sent him the link, guys. I sent him the link.
That for me is the way I looked at today's game. Playing 3 defensive midfielders in the midfield, Arteta just wanted us to win 1-0. He literally
I understand what Arteta was doing.
Yeah, and again, sorry, I need to speak about something else again. Jorginho, and these guys are right. I was mad at what Jorginho did, kicking the player off the ball. That was a red card offense. That I can blame Jorginho for. These are the individual mistakes that annoy me in the game. When I'm watching the game, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, so the player pushes into you. Why would you start him? VAR just overlooked it. That was a red card offense. Jorginho could have been out. We could have been down to 10 men, and we could have been 3-1 down by the end of this game. So these are the individual mistakes that I think that Arsenal players cannot make going forward. We shouldn't make, because we don't have our best players. Bukayo Saka is injured for the rest of the season. Kai Havertz is sick. Somebody who could actually probably chip in or do something else. Odegaard.
I sent him the link on WhatsApp. I'm gonna message him again. Are you joining?
This I don't keep sending super chats, Tommy. Odegaard is not in his metronome right now. We've been saying how poor he is game after game after game. So these individual mistakes, these stupid things that players do, like studying somebody, going for a late challenge, these are things that you don't do. These are things that you should not do. You have to be more careful. You don't have your most creative players on the pitch to actually go out there and make a difference if you tie the game. So, so yeah.
It is what it is. Guys, we actually are going to have to wrap this up soon, but that is pretty much it. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of speaking about Anthony Taylor. I'm sick and tired of speaking about referees, title races, Arteta every single day. It is starting to get annoying. Now, I have sent him the link. I sent him the link at 8:09. It is now 8:12. I'll wait, 3 more minutes, and then we got to go. But yeah, people talking about Arteta, who built the team? It's Arteta. People talking about there's no robbery, it's a penalty. People talking about can't wait for Arsenal to give us the guard of honor.
I mean, it's not over. Again,
did Moreno play 90 minutes? I think he did.
Yeah, he did. He did. And again, I look, apart from the game in hand that Liverpool has, at this same stage, game week 20 last season, we were literally right around the same number of points. So I'm not stressed. If we had won today's game, would have been 2 points ahead of where we were last season. Right. So I'm not really, I'm angry at the individual mistakes more than the way we set up, because these are the players you have available to you, and that's how you can set them up for success. And if they go on the pitch and do a madness like they did today, then they drop points. And that's on the players at that point. I'm not going to blame the manager who already knows, okay, this is who I have available. And then he sets them up correctly to be able to go there and get a 1-0 victory and just walk away. And then individual players are doing the madness on the pitch, studying people, going for late challenges. That's not an instruction from the manager. That's on the player. That's on losing concentration. That's on losing their bloody minds in the game. Stay focused for 90 minutes only. That's all we ask. Stay focused. Don't make crappy mistakes. You don't have some of your best players on the pitch to actually rectify your mistakes if you make them, like conceding a goal. You don't have a Bukayo Saka to go do a madness up front. You don't have a Kai Havertz in the pitch that you can ping the ball to and he can hold up play. You don't have Odegaard in his prime right now playing the way he has been playing. He's been playing out of form. Like, literally, don't make those kind of stupid mistakes. You know?
Okay. I'm gonna say Cam. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invite Cam to come on a show another day. He said, "Let me try quick again." Okay. He said that he was trying to set up his thing. You got someone else here saying, another person saying something. Blaze is saying, "How many shouts did you have after the penalty?"
Exactly my point. This is my point exactly. You don't have these because we don't have the players to actually go out there and give us these shots they're talking about, Blaze. We should not have made that stupid mistake and given away a penalty. These are the issues that I have. It's fine margins. You're 1-0 up at Brighton. You know they can harm you. You know that these guys can cause you problems. You have to be very extremely careful and you have to stay focused. And I don't think the manager said to them, be aggressive. You're 1-0 up. We were trying to basically just continue.
Are you around Monday?
Monday depends on the time.
Okay, we'll figure something out, hopefully, between you and Cam and everybody else, because these guys just I don't know what they want, but I sent him the link and we've been waiting, and right now I gotta end the show, unfortunately. And for some reason he said decent lighting help, you look amazing. I've been stuck on he's stuck on this page. Yeah, it's madness. Anyways, it's not connecting for him. But I'm gonna add him next time. Hopefully, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys on the next show. Love for the love.
Cam can fix your internet. Yeah, get better
internet. It has nothing to do with his internet. Anyways, have a good one, guys.